Hello guys and welcome to the SDN T2 Season 8 Silverstone race. Bit delay in the stream, but me recording on pole, followed by Dex Bice. We're now heading into the sprint race. And as we see the lights go on, the lights will be out and we are underway here at Silverstone. Recording with a great start there. The Williams in the back of Albon also has a great start. And there's a bit of contact between Albon and one of the Red Bulls. Sveta has now took the lead. Middelkoren dropped down to P3. And Albon fighting it out there with Middelkoren, Tibriap on the outside. Tibriap with a big snap of oversteer. Two Alpines side by side that are Dino Bender and Duncan. Now Tibriap in fight with both Alpines, and there's a bit of contact between Ralph and Duncan. They're going nearly through right there. Tibriap now in the lead of the train. Wil je de deur dicht doen alsjeblieft? Papa, wil je de deur dicht doen alsjeblieft? Papa, wil je de deur dicht doen alsjeblieft? Wil je de deur dicht doen? Nu, alsjeblieft. Deze guy is now really close. At Sveta around the outside here, Dex Bice. Dex Bice is now took the lead. Sveta dropped down into P2. They're both Red Bulls again, side by side. There are only 6 laps of racing in the sprint. There now it's false lap, so Middelkoren dropped down a bit at this opening stage. Still the whole grid in each other's DRS. Middelkoren going a bit wide there. Oh, and he's braked very late and touched the rear of Dex Bice there. Now Albon is past Dex Bice. Mistake there for Middelkoren. Oh, and Dex Bice deployed some battery and is now side by side with Albon. Dex Bice now very close to Albon. Bice going for the move here, and Maggots and Baggets, they're still side by side. And Albon Lovers staying ahead. Now Dex Bice here side by side with Albon. He's already past Albon. That's not really a fight. Middelkoren now wheel banging with Albon. Albon actually on the soft tire, Middelkoren on the medium tire. Middelkoren getting past Albon. Middelkoren going to P3 and Albon dropping down into P4. We are still trying to hang on. And Tibriap now down the inside here at Albon. And he doesn't make the move. They're still side by side. Yeah, pushes Albon a bit wide. They're still side by side. And there's a bit of contact. Tibriap soaring around. And now the Alpine of Duncan is trying to make a move here at Tibriap. Jens doesn't have the pace. Jens fighting it out with Dino Bender for P8. Not where he wants to be. But now, because of the fight between these 4, Duncan and Albon, fighting it really hard. Because of this battle of these 4, the top 3 is driving away. Gap between Tibriap and Middelkoren is now 1.8 seconds. Oh, and there goes the Williams of Albon. Goes off track. Tibriap still behind, and Tibriap with a Nikita Mazepin defense there at Duncan. The top 3 is really close. 2 Red Bulls and Middelkoren. Tibriap now side by side with Albon. There's a lot of actions in this sprint race here in Tier 2. Oh, and Tiberiab moves his way around the outside, and Albon also fighting it out. They're going 3 abreast, and I think someone spun there. I hear, yes, someone into the gravel. That is Albon Lover. Tiberiab. I think the door's shut as well. Tiberiab now in P6. That's it. Oh, and Sverre has spun around. I didn't see how that happened, but Sverre dropped down into P3 now. Recording now at the back of Dex. Sverre not happy. Only 3 laps of racing left. Duncan passing Ralph. Middencorner now behind Dex guys. Oh, middencorner, better get tracking again. Middencorner is a lot faster than Dex, but Dex is on the soft tire. Middencorner is on the medium. Middencorner tracking to you. Make a move there. Dex defending the inside, Middencorner on the outside. Middencorner now on the inside. Dex buys. Whoa, big snap oversteer there from Middencorner. Dex buys still ahead. Middencorner is faster here. Middencorner. Big motor oversteer. Sverre is gaining again because of these two fighting. Gap now between Sverre and Duncan is 4 seconds. That's a big gap. Ralph and Sverre are really close to each other. But Middencorner is also really close to Dex Bice. Middencorner looking for a move. Jens now with the penalty. Middencorner, no, he does a bit of lift and close there into Stowe. Let's see the gap now to tense. Sverre just doesn't have really the pace to get small enough to make a move on these two. Gap now 1 second, and Middencorner sending it down the inside. They're still side by side, Dex Bice and Middencorner. And that's a brilliant move of Middencorner. Oh, Dex Bice with a switchback here actually. Dex Bice with a very nice switchback past Middencorner. Now Middencorner again behind Dex Bice. The gap between Sverre and Middencorner is now only 9/10. That's just again a second now. As we enter the last lap of the sprint race. Sprint race is very short. After this we have the quali. Main quali. 18 minutes. Now let's see if Middencorner can make the move here on Dex Bice in the last lap of the sprint race. Dex Bice to the inside, Middencorner to the outside. Oh, oversteer from Middencorner. Doesn't make the move into Stowe. Now into the last corners they go. Middencorner on the outside, Middencorner. Dex Bice, who is it gonna be? And Dex Bice takes the win here at Silverstone. Middencorner with a P2, Sverre with a P3. And there comes Duncan home with a P4. Ralph with a P5, Tiberiab with a P6, and Jens with a P7. Followed by Dino Bender and Albon. Albon had an unfortunate spin at the beginning of the sprint. But yeah, it was a nice sprint race. Enjoyed that. Trying to invite someone. Oh. No. That was a nice sprint race. I'm gonna invite someone. Just a little moment. So we are back here for the main quali here at Silverstone. So the main quali is only Sweden now out. One track. Jens outside of the pit lane. See if the Moon can join. Moon, teammate of Tibor Yape, Coleman for joining, but hopefully does join soon. Yeah. So the whole grid's getting on their out laps. Only with Gordon, Lino Bender, Duncan and Dex are still in the pit lane. The Williams is side by side lane. You need to have one eye on Moon and one eye on this qualifying session. So we follow here Sweden. Sweden is a reserve driver in SDN Season 8 Tier 2. You know he's fast and lucky with the spin in the sprint. P3 in the sprint qualifying. So if it isn't a top 3 for Sweden, it was not a good qualifying. Sweden into Nuggets and Buckets. He's the first one to set a time. Been going out of the way. I hope you have been very late out of the way then. I think it was Bender. No, it was Dunk. Here's Sverre coming out of the final corner. What lap time is it going to be? 28.2. That's not enough for pole. You know that's not enough for pole. As we see Dino Bender outlap Jens with a 28.9. Jens a bit underperforming, my feeling. Albon goes over the line with a 28.6, but that time is set on the mediums. Sverre and Jens did it on the soft tire. Miro is out on the hard tire. Chose the harder compound tires before the sprint quali. You could choose between harder, medium, or harder, balanced, or softer. Choose for harder, and you have an extra set of hard, or you can choose for balanced if you and you have an extra set of medium, or you can choose softer, then you have an extra set of soft tires. But Miro Gordon now coming to the last chicane, to the last corner. Miro Gordon goes. It's gonna be a 28.3, only a tenth behind Sverre. Don't forget, this guy is on the hards. Our only Portuguese driver on the grid. Lincoln goes with 29.5. As we follow Dino Bender, that makes his return. This is his first race on the DLC, and Dino Bender gets a track limit. And Dino Bender goes into the pits with a little adventure. Dekba is now on his outlap. Let's follow Dekba in his lap. We know Dekba is a pole contender. So let's ride on board with Dekba to this old school circuit in the UK. Gear is on, and straight mode on. As we enter turn 1, with this flat corner right. Turn 2, flat left. We have our third braking zone, turn 3. Needs to be good on the apex here. Turn 4 is the slowest corner of the track. And turn 5, full throttle with the ERS on and the straight mode on. Now into turn 5 and 6, that's love fueled. It's a very easy corner to lock up. Both corners actually. Yeah, it's turn 7 and 8. 8 is Cops corner. It is the old pit lane. The corner is the fastest corner on this track. We enter Maggots and Beckett's. Fast SS, and the front left is crying at this point. Dex keeping it low on the back, on the RPMs. We're now on the last straight mode zone of the lap. We enter Stowe. Also the front left tire is crying a bit here. We enter the last chicane, hard braking zone. Good on the apex here. Oh, big moment for Dex actually. Cost him a lot of time. And now goes onto the line with a P3 still. And the 28.3 with that big moment is not bad. Not a bad lap. Lincoln 4 tenths, actually 5 tenths in this time. 29.5 is not the time that he wants. It's almost kind of new. Let's move. So Duncan now into Stowe. Let's see how much Duncan can improve. See if you can get ahead of the rear can only ahead of the rear. P6. Ralph and Bender still with no time. The only guy with no time. As you see, Silver driver starting a lap again. Albon now 3/10 under his time. Albon actually fast. I didn't expect him to be this fast. That's nice to see, of course. Albon now into Maggots and Beckett's. Soft tire, of course. Middelkoren's set this time on the hard. He's now into the track with soft tire, I believe. Albon 4/10 down. This is going to be a steady lap. Maybe if he gets sector 3 together, he can go into the 27. Let's see what Albon can do. Oh, big moment of all for Albon there. That moment cost him 2/10. Lost much time into that last sector. Less than a tenth behind Sverre now. But Middelkoren is on his lap 8/10 under his time. He's gonna go 27 mid, I believe. Maybe even 27 low. This is gonna be pole for Middelkoren by far with a 27.4. What a lap from the Portuguese. That's a very, very good lap. Yesterday in Tier 1 he was fast. He was battling in the midfield with Fireblaze, with Miles, with me, with Batavia. He's fast, we know that. Sometimes the consistency is I think he needs to work on a bit. But we know he's fast. Ralph, still without a time. Now starting his lap. Sector 1 he puts at 28.2. So that Middelkoren. No reaction of moves though. I don't think Moon is enjoying. Ralph goes a bit onto the curb. Ralph now across the line with a 29.0. That's not where Ralph wants to be. Almost said something in the chat, but don't read it. But my screen is too small. So only Dino Bender without the time. Everyone in the pits except Ralph. Last is people who set a time. Yesterday in Tier 1 we had a whip race. We had at the start it was dry. Mid-race it began to rain hard. The two Audis got a puncture, me and Passi. And yeah, it was eventually Sasha won the TP, but he may get a penalty for an incident between him and Kevin in the last few laps of that race. Ralph now entering the pit lane. As we see people heading out, Duncan and Dino Bender. Letting Dino Bender pass. That's a weird sound of wheel spin. I think it was from the pit, but weird that we heard that. I don't think Moon is joining anytime soon. Unfortunate. But the first one who's going to start the lap is Dino Bender. Oh, as we see Tibor Yape in the garage here. I think he was copying the line of the Lego race. Like he was standing in the gravel. So Dino Bender is going to start his flying lap first. Many people still in the pits. Time is ticking for them. Dino Bender is gonna start his lap now. We watch it. Dino Bender also, his name is Dex, but we're calling him Dino Bender, otherwise it may be confusing with Dex Bice. So Dino Bender making his return into F1 for the long time not racing. Dino Bender making his way down sector 1. Let's see, sector 1 time maybe 7.8. I think his goal was found to be close to the rest of the field, maybe ahead of the McLaren and the Williams. Ralph and Debris. To Maggots and Beckersville was the edge there for track limit, I believe. Ahead of him is Jens. Jens needs to let him pass. I hope Jens sees it in time. He is. Jens is gonna let him pass. Dino Bender into the last chicane. Let's see where Dino Bender can put his Alpine. He goes. He stays P9. The extent behind Ralph is not the way he wanted it to be, and he crashes to the wall. Ralph now 2/10 under his time. Let's see who's gonna go first. Debris lost much time in the last sector, don't know what happened there. So we're gonna go next by 2/10 up on his time. I don't think that's gonna be an improvement. Dex Bice actually improved by a lot in the last sector. Goes P2 with a 28.1. Sweater also has an improvement, and Gordon doesn't have an improvement. Duncan has spun. I think he's also done for today. And Sweater stays into P3. So we can say that Gordon here has pole. He's still trying to get his lap final. No, he is a 10th up. Albon now 300th of a second up his time. Let's see where Albon puts his Williams. I think, oh, he spans in the last corner, so that is a P4 for him. And Duncan is entering the pit lane. So our top 3, that is not pit lane Duncan, that is Awal. So our top 3 for today's race is Gordon, Dex Bryce and Sweater, followed by Albon and Ralph, Duncan again, TB8 and Cinnamon. See if Moon has a clear from no. Of course not. Don't say Moon, I say in time. As we haven't clicked, we cannot see the timing screens. And then that's time wrong. Like you see, the 5 red lights on for the SDN Tier 2 Silverstone Grand Prix Season 8, and they're out, and you see the 2 Red Bulls have a good launch, and Gordon loses 3 positions down into turn 1. Bit of hustling in the midfield, the whole field packed together there. Turn 3, Gordon drops down into P4, maybe even P5, because Ralph is now side by side with him. Gordon deploying his battery. Ralph still on his inside. And as you see here, the onboard, the ends. See the battle falling out. Now Ralph still on the inside there. And Albon very close to the Red Bull there. Stays behind. Ralph also stays behind. There are our top 3, Dex by Sverre and Albon. Gordon has dropped down into P4. Again, not a great start from Gordon. Great battling in the midfield as Sverre going past Dex by here. Albon. Gordon going down the inside there of Albon and sticking the move. Gordon now ahead of Albon. Ralph trying to follow in P5. TBA battling it out with both Alpines. Alpine P8 and P9. Oh, Miracoren has already passed Dex. It's now into P2 already. And as we see TBA spinning, fortunately. Drop down into P9 now. So a bit of weaving there. Dex Bice and Miracoren side by side. Still side by side. Albon looking for a move to make. As we see, oh, it's very close between Albon and Dex Bice. Dex Bice and Albon going for the move on Sverre. Miracoren has gone into P1. Albon now in P2. Yeah. The battery deployment is unreal in this game. We went so much time with the battery here. Miracoren out of battery. And we see Dex Bice with a full battery going into P1. Oh, and still on the outside there, Albon now going 3 wide into the last chicane. Bit of contact between Albon and Miracoren, but they're keeping their nose clean. Albon now in P3. Dex Bice with the fastest lap of this race. The battling is insane here in this Tier 2 race. Albon going for the move on Dex Bice. Side by side now. Oh, they're ghosting into each other. They're still ghost. This is a ghost race. They're not ghost anymore. Albon makes his way up into P2. What a battle between those four. Now Ralph and Jens also close. And now Albon with a full battery going down the inside of Sverre. Oh, contact between Sverre and Albon. Albon spinning out. And dropping down behind the Alpines, I assume, yes. That's so unfortunate for Albon. Had a great run, but unfortunately it needs to end like this. Now these 5 still battling it out. Recorder now in the lead. Ralph actually in P2. Ralph getting past the Red Bull of Dex. Now Ralph pretends behind the recorder. And let's see when the first pit stops are gonna be. If I look at tires, everyone is starting on mediums. So it's gonna be a medium hard strategy. And Ralph and Sverre now side by side. It's very close here between Sverre and Ralph, nearly spinning out, keeping his nose point in the right direction. Ralph dropping down to P5, P6 actually, P5. Dex Bice is really close. Miracoren defending the inside there. Dex Bice going past Miracoren. Miracoren now down the inside here at Dex Bice. Dex Bice going a bit wide. Sverre now round the outside here of Miracoren. Can he make that move stick? Yes, he can. Sverre goes into P1. Miracoren has very bad internet actually. Ghosting a bit to Sverre. Battle is still on between Miracorin and Dex. Miracorin in P2. It's straight mode open, never set DRS, but since this year it's of course straight mode. Miracorin going on the inside here of Sverre without, actually just a battery overtake, but still a good overtake. But I think now Sverre has the advantage of the battery, but Dex buys has even fuller battery and going past Sverre, not going past Miracorin actually. Oh, Sverre there picking up track limit. Dex buys and Miracorin again side by side. Oh, a bit of contact between the two. They're still going side by side for how long is this going to happen? Now Miracorin getting pushed right there. And Sverre making Miracorin. Sverre ahead of Miracorin now. Ralph getting past Jens. Jens losing a bit on Miracorin, and Ralph sending it down the inside there of Miracorin. Miracorin and Ralph still side by side. Now Ralph in P4. Miracorin on the outside, and the two Red Bulls fighting it out. Battle is crazy here between those four. Jens cannot hold on, unfortunately. See Miracorin. Dex going around the outside here. And getting the position. I mean. Jens is in the pit for his first pit stop and last pit stop, I assume. Same for Tiber. And same for Albon. These four are still fighting it out. Ralph pretty close behind Miracorin now. And so we have a yellow flag of Jens spinning out of the pit lane. What? He was in turn 1. I think he got reset. Does he have wing damage? I don't know. I think he has. Yes, he has wing damage. But here's Sverre and Miracorin. Dex Bice. The gap between Dex Bice and Sverre is now 1.1. Dex Bice driving away. Miracorin looking here around the outside of Sverre. Can't really make the move. Still around the outside there. And Dex Bice is going into the pits. These three are still staying out. And Sverre with a beautiful overtake on Miracorin. Miracorin around the outside here of Sverre. Sticking the move. Yes, he does. While still looking behind. Of course, because of these three fighting, Dex Bice will have an advantage when these three pit. Sverre on the inside. Sverre is already past Miracorin. Ralph was a bit doodling around there. Miracorin now in P2. see if Mirakoren is gonna make the move here around the outside of Sverre with just a battery overtake. Now Sverre again getting past. Oh no, Sverre staying behind Mirakoren. Ralf now gonna mix in. He's gonna. So Ralf and Sverre are going into the pit lane. And Mirakoren staying out. So Mirakoren is gonna try to do the overcut here on Sverre and Ralf. That's gonna be an interesting one. Let's see if these two are going to get. They're gonna get a head attack bike or behind. They're gonna be far behind actually. More than 2 seconds. Gap now 2.4, 2.6. Ralf lost a bit of time there, a bit. The gap between Sverre and Ralf now 1.7. The gap between Dex and Mirakoren is 22 seconds. But Dex is of course closing in on that new hard tire against the old tire of Mirakoren. And Mirakoren is gonna pit this lap, I assume. No, he's staying out. Mirakoren is staying out. That means he's gonna try to make that overcut work out. Still 9 laps to go in this race. This is gonna be an interesting one because Mirakoren is gonna come behind Dex bikes. As we see, yet spinning. So P8. After that sort of weird glitch in the pits, he's dropped down significantly. We get now down to 20.8 seconds. Mirakoren is losing time here. That is an interesting strategy for Mirakoren. I know Mirakoren's name is Wee, but in the past it said Mirakoren. I don't know, I prefer to say Mirakoren. I don't know. Even Mirakoren is now coming into the pit. Oh, he picks up a 10-second penalty. That means he's gonna drop far behind at the end. 10-second time penalty. That's a bitter one. That's a very bitter one for Mirakoren. He's gonna come behind Dex Bice. I think he's coming around Ralf. If I'm right, Dex Bice with a new fast lap of race at 30.2. Now Sverre into turn 1. Sverre is ahead of Mirakoren and Ralf stays just behind Mirakoren. Let's see if Ralf can make a move down into the field. I don't think so. Mirakoren now has the tire advantage. Well, let's see if Mirokoren can drive to Sverre. The gap already 1 second. 9/10 at the moment. Now we see the left car of Jens in front of them. He's gonna be a ghost. He's gonna get out of the way. I can learn from that. Yesterday's the race. Sorry, Sasha. Gordon now very close. Don't forget he has that 10-second time penalty. So he's gonna drop down a lot. A lot. He's gonna pass the podium. Meaning he's staying ahead of TB8, I assume. Big Lico there for the Gordon. Gordon is looking here on the inside of Sverre. Gordon, of course, has the tire advantage, so he's easily getting past Sverre. Or is he? Sverre looking on the inside there. Gordon is passed. So, of course, Sverre now gets boost mode this lap. And he's gonna. No, he's not gonna make a move in turn 1. Still some laps to go in this Grand Prix. Sverre again getting past Gordon. Gordon doesn't like this, but because of the 10-second time penalty, there's no chance of winning this race. But he wants to drive away from Wolf if that's possible. But Sverre is a bit in the way of Gordon to do that. Because Sverre now still has the boost mode, the blue boost mode. He's staying behind. But Sverre getting the blue boost again for next lap. The gap now between Dutch Bice and Middle Gordon is dropping a bit. We have now 2.6. But the 10-second time penalty is a very bitter one for Middle Gordon. And Sverre now with the boost mode getting past Middle Gordon. We have now 3 seconds again. Because of this fighting, Middle Gordon is not able to drive through next Bice. As Middle Gordon goes down the inside here of Sverre again. Gordon is past Sverre, but he's just not able to drive away because of that blue boost. Gordon is faster, but he's not able to drive away. Get now again 2.8 seconds. Sverre is still in that second of Gordon. I think Sverre is getting past again. Let's see the battery percentage. Okay. Bit of a yawn. Actually, it's pretty low. Gordon has a higher battery percentage at the moment. So Sverre, I don't think Sverre is not able to do something here. Okay. Everyone low on their battery. So we now enter lap 16. Sverre now with the boost mode again. Looking for moves, but Gordon knows how to deal with his battery. So he's staying ahead. Yeah, between that and Gordon now 2.2 seconds. Gordon actually taking Sverre with him to go to Dex. Let's see the gap between the battery of Dex. It's 30. Dex is just a bit cruising with his battery. Gordon it's deployed some Gordon now out of the battery, and same for Sverre. Now enter lap 17 of 18. Sverre now very close. Gordon out of battery. And Sverre sending it down the inside there of Gordon. Contact there between the two. Sverre, yeah, that was a mistake from Sverre actually, braking too late and hitting Gordon there. But Sverre now getting past Gordon. Gordon of 3/10 behind Sverre 2/10. But yeah, Gordon is gonna drop to P4 and Ralph is gonna get on the podium. Oh, big moment for oversteering. No, Ralph's gonna get on the podium because of the 10-second time penalty. Let's guys enter the last lap. See Jens, they're struggling again. Jens doesn't like this new regulations. And Gordon now sending it down the inside there of Sverre. Gordon getting past. Jens going off track and spinning. Gordon. Sweater still side by side here. Oh, it's very close to contact, but they're still keeping it clean. Gordon hanging around the outside there of Sweater. Now on the inside, Sweater on the outside. They're very close to contact. Gordon has so much battery left and Sweater has nothing. So I think Gordon is still gonna get the position. Maybe here. Is he gonna get the position? Yes, he's already passed. Sweater made a mistake actually there. Oh, what's happening to Sweater? Looks like he's low on fuel. Not. Look like it. The Dex drove a brilliant race. He's gonna get his win here in SDN Tier 2 for the first time this season. SDN, so Dex Bice is gonna cross the line and wins the Silverstone Grand Prix. Takes the fastest lap at the end. Again. And Sverre in P2, Ralf in P3, Minokorden in P4, and Tibriap in P5. I don't know if it's gonna be his last race, his last league race. He's gonna drive, but if it's his last league race, I wanna thank him for the races he drove. Comes home with a P5 at the end of his career. Maybe it's the end for him. And Duncan, yeah, that lonely driving in P6. And Duncan is doing a Schumacher. I don't think he's gonna win any position with this. So Duncan will come home. He'll be sixth. Jens will finish on P8. That was the Tier 2 Season 8 Silverstone race. Nice win of Dex Price. No podium for Miller Gordon. Yeah, that was fortunate for that 10-second time penalty. I also think he fumbled a bit with the strategy. I think he stayed out too long. If he did it sooner, I think he was getting ahead of Dex, but things didn't work out for him. Only the inactive races better than him. Didn't finish on his return. Duncan, Stewart typing, I don't think everyone is taking out you. Maybe if someone is saying that, maybe he needs to look at himself. If you press with everyone, then who's to blame? But I didn't see what happened, Duncan, so we'll see it in a ticket. As there's a 1-2 for Red Bull, of course, Sverre will not get points for Red Bull because he's a reserve driver. Only the main driver get points for their team. don't have results again. That's not a nice one. Stupid glitches every time. No, didn't get the results. Unfortunately, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back next week at Spa.